last question's on immigration. The Family Reunification Task Force, as of now, is saying that it hasn't reunited any families because they're still sorting through the system. I wonder, can you talk a bit about why they haven't been able to reunite families, and what are the concerns and challenges that maybe are even more pronounced than you would have thought they were going to be?
Sure. First, we can't overstate how complex this challenge is. The prior administration did not have a system in place to track the children and parents who were separated. They also, of course, separated them themselves. But the task force has been in place, as you know, for about 2 months. The focus right now in this period of time has been reviewing thousands of records, and a significant number of issues have come up in these existing files, including incorrect dates and names. They are working to establish a database of families who were separated and working to find previously unidentified separated families who are eligible to receive benefits through the task force. And they've also identified over 5,600 new files that were not reviewed and have begun the process for reviewing and cross-checking those files. The task force is also working very closely with the ACLU to process identified families so we can reunite them as swiftly as possible. They'll have a full report that's due on June 2nd.
The delay in it being so, what makes it so hard to reunite families while they're doing that?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is that there's a lot of inaccurate information. There was not an accurate database. We've seen inaccurate names, inaccurate dates. Again, we're working very closely with the ACLU, and we're working to move it as quickly as possible. Go ahead and back.
Thank you, Jen. You said earlier that the White House recognizes that some of you may not always be the right messenger to some of these individuals who are reluctant to take the president's advice on getting vaccinated. The president said yesterday there was a category we didn't exactly identify, but he gave Senator McConnell credit for talking to those people. Did the president ask his friend Senator McConnell to help him out on trying to make a pitch to those people who are not who are reluctant to follow the president's lead on this? And has he asked other Republican pals of his to do the same to help out?
I don't have any calls to read out or asks from the president, but I would just reiterate, we certainly do think it's a good step that Senator McConnell conveyed the importance and the efficacy of taking the vaccine, but also across the board, all of our data shows that the most effective voices are local doctors, civic leaders, and clergy, others who are trusted in communities, and that's really where our primary focus and the president's primary focus in is. One in the back.
Will President Biden appoint a special envoy for the Israeli-Palestinian portfolio? If so, when? And if not, why?
I don't have any personnel announcements to make here. Of course, the president believes that the only solution is a two-state solution, but I don't have any personnel or specifics to outline for you from here in addition.